Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. It's Carla here today with a design team project for Wild Orchid Crafts. This is my first guest design team project for Wild Orchid Crafts and I'm so excited to share it with you today. So I created a layout and I'm just going to lift it slightly so you can get a good view of it. This paper I had on hand, it is a beautiful, beautiful paper. It is very it has fibers on the ends, so you can see here. And it was a cream color, and it was perfect for what I had in mind. So I started out by painting some different decor in the background. So like the colors I used were pale pinks and grays. So there's a tree here. Here are some of the branches coming out. And it actually goes all the way down here and the roots come out. There is a process video that I will be posting. So it'll be it's not real time. It's a time-lapsed video, but you'll be able to see how I put this together. So let me show you the items that I used from the shop. So I used some of these decorative borders. These are the Louvre Borders cutout set GST053. And then I used these little flat back pearls. They're the 90. There's 90 in here, and they're the mixed pink self-adhesive pearls. This is set B, 3 millimeters, MKX 505. Then I used this gorgeous flower set. This is the 25 large mixed pink wild roses, 40 millimeters, QVR 025. And then I used these smaller leaves. These are the pastel ones. They're 100, 25 millimeters, MKX 248. Then the next thing that I used was these beautiful pearl leaves. They are so beautiful. You can mold them however you would like, and I use them in my flower clusters. I ripped off the little paper that had the product code, and I apologize. I will put that in the description below along with all the other product codes to make it easier for you all. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit and point everything out to you. So I started with this beautiful image of this little girl. This is a napkin. And I adhered it onto some really good quality mixed media paper, and I used my multi-matte to do that. It came out great. It really did. Then here are some of the Louvre die cut borders that I used. And for these I used my sprays, various shades of pink and gray. And I used my texture paste, my colored texture paste. And I love this beautiful butterfly here. These two pieces were connected and I cut them apart to frame the little girl. And then here's the beautiful cluster with the bead spray here, the pearl spray. And this seam binding, it's a white seam binding, and I dyed that with my sprays as well. And then this lace is from my stash. It was also white, and I colored it with my sprays, and you can see the very tiny flat back pearls that I used from the Wild Orchid Crafts shop. And I also added them here in the center of the little flowers. And then here's a beautiful cluster at the bottom. I think I'm going to zoom in instead of moving the piece. So let me just angle my camera down a smidge. So you can see I have a cluster here, and then I have some of those smaller leaves tucked in around it. And when I was done with the whole thing, I distressed it with some texture paste that I had in a graphite color. And then here's another seam binding bow, And for my flowers, I used the diamond dust to get them looking like that with that crystal-y glass effect. Just be careful when you're using it because, yeah, I do have little nicks on my fingers and everything from it. It is sharp. Here's another of the die cut pieces from the Louvre set. And everything is so shiny and sparkly from the sprays, and I just love the mauves and the pinks and the purples. In the background, here and there, you can see some stenciling, some words, and that's my Art Is stencil. And there's more here with some honeycomb stencil in the background. And then also down here, so here is my first guest design team project for Wild Orchid Crafts, this beautiful layout, and I hope everyone likes it, and I will be posting the process video for this as well so that you can follow along. So it's just so beautiful, and if any of the colors, as you're using the flowers, if any of the colors aren't quite matching your sprays or your paints, it's too easy to alter the flowers just by dry brushing over them with gesso and bringing the color down, or using different color textures, texture paste to make them grungier, like this cluster up here. I wanted it to be much grungier, and it just brought out the purples, the pinkish purple in these flowers so nicely. So I had a lot of fun making this, and thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.